Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, happy 2024. We made it, we're here, so exciting. I am so looking forward to this new year and all of the exciting things that it's going to be bringing. But one thing that I think a lot of us are thinking about, especially if you watch this channel, is how to improve our style. So that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about today in this video. And these are things that I think you can start doing right now that don't cost a lot of money or anything at all. I know a lot of us are also doing a no buy January. I'm doing one right now, so make sure that you follow along for more tips and tricks. So I think keeping that in mind, I think we really want to focus more on what we have right now and how we can get the most out of it. So in today's video, I want to share with you the 6 simple things that can improve your style in 2024. And if you start some of these right now, you can improve it almost immediately. The first thing you need to do is not to go shopping. It's in fact to start where you are right now. As in, start with what you have. I firmly believe that we all have a lot better wardrobes and way cooler style than we give ourselves credit for. But I think sometimes it's things like time that's lacking, giving ourselves space, and even just taking a break from things like shopping and adding new to our wardrobes to allow yourself to even be able to see what you have. So really when it comes down to improving our style, I think it starts with playing dress up. I'm Canadian and there was this amazing show that I grew up watching called Mr. Dress Up, and that's basically all he did. He had this amazing thing called a tickle trunk. I feel like every Canadian kid wanted a tickle trunk ever since, but he would come up with these amazing costumes and just play dress up in the show. And to me, I really feel like that's the key. And the interesting thing that that show focused on was using your imagination and just having fun. Mr. Dress Up knew what he was talking about. And I think actually a lot of the advice that we see when it comes to getting inspiration to come up with outfits and learning how to use your own wardrobe is to go to places like Pinterest, TikTok, and Instagram and try to recreate outfits that inspire you. I love that approach, but sometimes, and especially if you are doing something like a no buy, that can also lead to more temptation and more focus on what you don't have rather than what you do. And my friend Shayna Battle over on TikTok, I will leave her original TikTok down below so you can watch it. She really inspired this point for me, and she actually recommends that you just play dress up with your own clothes without using any inspiration or external sources. It's just you, your closet, some snacks, some good music, and some time. And that way you really get acquainted with what you have. You're not focused on what's missing. You're just trying things on, seeing what fits, and seeing what kind of outfits you can come up with. This will also teach you to manipulate the clothes once it's on your body. Maybe you try things like an exaggerated cuff on your jeans, or you can try tucking in your shirt differently. So as fun as it is to go shopping to reinvent your wardrobe and find your personal style, I am such a believer in starting with what you have and then fine-tuning it from there in a much more focused and intentional way. The next thing you can do to instantly improve your style is to get your clothes tailored. This is something that I have slept on for so long, but in the year of 2023, I've taken a bunch of my clothes to the tailor, and I am so happy that I did that. And I don't necessarily think that you need to go to a tailor to get something to fit you absolutely perfectly in that classic way, because I prefer to wear a lot of my clothes a little bit more oversized, but sometimes when there's things that are a little bit off, that can still lead to some outfits looking sloppy or just like they simply don't fit you. So for example, for me, I'm gonna be taking a lot of my trousers to the tailor to fix things like the inseam. A lot of my pants I find are a bit too long for me. If you focus on tailoring things like fitting you at the waist and at the inseam so it's the right length for you, no matter how oversized or like sculptural or kind of out there the piece may be, it'll still look like it fits you, and therefore it'll look like it fits properly. If you're on a no buy, that could also be a no buy exception rule. That is actually one of my exceptions, is to take things to the tailor that I've been procrastinating. So instead of investing money in a new piece and trying to integrate it into your wardrobe and figure out that whole thing, take that money that you would have spent on that new item and invest it into your old garment that potentially needs tailoring. Honestly, this is such a great way to revive your own wardrobe and your own clothes, because you probably weren't wearing that piece that needed tailoring anyway. And don't forget about items that need repairing too. Things like buttons that need to be sewn back on, holes, rips. Instead of discarding the item, you can also take it to a tailor to get it fixed, and then it's like having a brand new piece that you can actually wear in your wardrobe all over again. Number 3 is to start getting dressed every day. I truly believe that refining your personal style and getting dressed in a way that feels really great to you takes practice. Just like if you're going to the gym to build muscle or lose fat, it takes time and it takes showing up consistently to find that routine, to get comfortable with the equipment, with the movements, and to actually start to see results over time. Because if you really think about it, getting dressed is part of our daily routine. There's a known statistic that a lot of us wear 20% of our clothes 80% of the time, and you might feel really tired and underwhelmed by reaching for the same thing over and over again. That's not to knock things like having a style uniform. I think that is a really important part of developing your own personal and signature style, but it's about learning how to create permutations and formulations of that uniform and learning how to style and play with your clothes in a different way every single day. But I think that comes down to simply getting dressed. For example, a lot of you watching work from home. I do too nowadays as a content creator. So a part of me is kind of like, why would I wear anything other than leggings or sweatpants? But I think that's the wrong way to think about it, especially if you love clothes and you want to find your style. I think every day is a special occasion. I think every day is a reason to get dressed and just feel good in what you're wearing. This doesn't mean that you have to put on your best ball gown or anything like that, but it's just getting dressed in a way that makes you feel polished, put together, and still comfortable, even if you're not necessarily leaving the house that day. We bought our clothes for a reason. We said we were going to wear it all these different ways when we did buy it. And I think instead of waiting for opportunities to actually wear it, we have to create those opportunities ourselves. So in 2024, I think it's a great opportunity to start just making every day a reason to get dressed. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time at all, then you know this one's coming, but that is to declutter. I think it is so important to get rid of what's in the way so that you can see everything that remains a lot more clearly. I also really strongly believe if you're trying to find your personal style and build a capsule wardrobe, it really does start with what you have. If you need help and a more step-by-step guidance on how to do it, I have a free video right here with over 1 million views of how to find your personal style, starting with the wardrobe you already have. But that all starts with a good closet declutter. If your closet's packed to the brim, if you can't see what you own or what you have, it's gonna be really difficult and overwhelming to get dressed every day. And that's just really counterproductive to what we want. We want to save time in the morning. We want a sense of effortlessness and ease in the actual act of getting dressed and putting things together. And when your closet is just packed to the brim with stuff, it's just gonna be really hard to do that. So the new year is as great a time as any to declutter and just feel a bit refreshed. So maybe after watching this video, you can make yourself a cup of coffee or tea, put on my video of how to build a capsule wardrobe without shopping, and do it right now. Number 5 is something that I'm gonna be focusing a lot more on this year, and I think it's another easy and affordable way to learn to improve your style, and that is to learn to thrift. Some of my style goals and intentions for 2024 is to shop more in person because I want to be able to see and feel and try on a garment in real time, and I also find it's just a lot easier for me to walk away from something when I can see it and feel it in 3D. But coupled with that, I also want to build the habit of shopping secondhand first if I'm looking for something in particular. I just think there's so many benefits to thrifting because a lot of the times these pieces are nowadays a lot more high quality than even pieces that you can buy brand new today, especially if you're going for older vintage pieces from the 80s, 90s, and even older. But a lot of the times these pieces can be one of a kind. And if you start to weave in these one of a kind pieces and you start to learn how to wear them and integrate them into your wardrobe, it just helps you mold your own personal style in a way that feels really unique and special. Learning to thrift also takes a lot of patience, and it also integrates some of the other habits that we talked about in this video. For example, like taking things to the tailor to make it even more customized to you. And finally, don't forget to have fun. Okay, for me, even with style, I feel like sometimes it's really easy to take it just a little bit too seriously. And I even have to remind myself that it's okay and encouraged to experiment, try things on for size, and just have fun while you're doing it. Style and clothing for many of us is an outlet. It's a form of self-expression. It's a way that we like to have fun. It's a hobby. It's something that's supposed to be joyous and exciting. And I think it's very easy to get caught up in the weeds of like, oh, this isn't right and this isn't working and oh, I don't like my body here. And all of those frustrations are very valid, but I think it's important to remember why we're here. So don't take it too seriously, have some fun, let go of that perfectionism, enjoy the process of trial and error, and just allow yourself to explore. So those are 6 simple ways to improve your style right now that don't cost a lot of money or any money at all. Remember, a lot of your personal style is showing up in your wardrobe right now, and it really just comes down to habits and playing around with your clothes to help build and evolve it from there. So let me know some of the habits that you are implementing in 2024 to improve your style right now, and let me know if any of these tips that I talked about actually helped you improve your style if you've already implemented them. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and got some value from it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It is one of the best ways you can help support my channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do. We're pretty cool here. See you next Sunday. Bye.